before you disassemble your pump from the motor, it's a good idea to mark the top with 2 marks. That way when you're putting it back together, you'll have everything turned in the right direction. We're going to be showing you how to change seals on a 1500 PSI 0.15 and a 0.030. Now to start, you want to make sure that you unplug your pump from the power source. Then you need to remove your hoses with this tool here, which can be purchased at miscooling.com. You push in on the tubing, push down on this outer ring here, and pull the hose out. Same thing over here on the outside of the pump. Pull this one out, and this one in the rear, pull it out also. If you don't have this tool, you can use a crescent wrench. Just adjust your crescent wrench a little bit bigger than the tubing and use the crescent wrench to push down. Then you'll need to remove this fitting on the outside of the pump. Remove this big hex nut. Then with an Allen wrench, remove these 4 screws. Make sure you don't lose your lock washers. Then pulling the pump forward a little bit. When it comes off of the bearing, then you can get this way out of the hole. Turn it over like this to expose these. Using the Allen wrench, remove all 6 of these screws. With those screws out, turn this upside down and remove this top. That way these stay in place. Pulling side to side. Take that out like that. This is your piston. Okay, once you have this apart, you can use a tool with a hook on the end of it. Pull this apart. Make sure there's nothing left in there. Now start out with this little ring here. Put it in first. Put your new rubber seal in. Then your carbon washer. Now you pull this piston out, do the same thing on the other side. This piston very seldom has to be replaced. If it's bent or wore real bad, then you may want to change it. Now, while I have this apart, I'm going to show you also how to change the bearing. Wipe the front of the bearing off so you can see the hole. There's a little hole right here. Using the hammer, get it started to turn. Then you just turn the bearing off. Put your new bearing on. Tap it a little bit with a hammer. Make sure it's good and tight.